What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be showcasing Gren Maju, as you can probably see from the title, and this is a deck that got a lot of buffs through the ban list via Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fisher, as it now has some slots to fill out and play a more floodgate heavy deck to counter graveyard reliant strategies that are in abundance in today's game. But anyways, before I begin, if you happen to enjoy content like this, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons would be greatly appreciated, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and shows me that you like content like this. So for today's video, I'll be doing a walkthrough, and it's because otherwise this video would be too short and it would be better off to do a deck profile. As you'll see here, I'm just going to add the copy of Desires, then I'm going to banish 10 and draw 2 off of it, getting myself a copy of Gren Maju and Called by the Grave. From here we set 4 and pass to our opponent. You also don't want to summon the Gizmek Orochi, as it should only be something that you summon off protection until the end phase of your opponent's turn. That is, unless you're playing a danger variant of the deck, but because of the ban list we got, I wanted to showcase this one. So we'll pass to the opponent and we'll see the end phase Gizmek here. Now we'll go to the draw phase, as the opponent is going to get a draw, which is different dimension ground. We'll then see the duality away from an imperm column, and we'll see the addition of Gren here, as we're going to switch the Gizmek and not summon the Gren because there is 4 back row or whatever your opponent may be using against you. But in this particular scenario, we're just going to attack here, and we'll then set their own 4, and at the end phase we'll finally see the Gizmek Orochi. From here we're going to go on to our turn here, as we'll get a draw, and it's really not going to matter much as we technically have game on board. Seeing as we do know what the opponent has, you may go a little bit differently depending on what your matchup is, but in this particular scenario, because we want to get rid of the Gizmek Orochi, we're going to take this line of approach, and we're going to see a little bit of imperm on imperm crime here, as we're going to see the second imperm as Chainlink 4, negating the imperm and the Gizmek Orochi on the opposite side, banishing both. And then because we know that the 3 back rows are just really nothing, we can summon the Gren Maju, which will have over 8k attack here, and it'll just be an easy way to cheese game. So onto the deck profile, and it looks basically as you can imagine, a stun deck with Gren Majus and a lot of ways to banish. Onto the card by card, you'll see that we have the 3 Gren Maju, the 3 Orochi, the 3 Inspector Border, the 1 Fossil Dyna, the 3 Dimensional Fisher, the 3 Dualities, the 2 Desires, the 2 Necro Valleys, the 3 Macrocosmos, the 3 Summon Limits, the 3 There Can Be Only Ones, the 1 Upstart, the 1 Called by the Grave, the 3 Imperms, the 3 Different Dimension Grounds, and the 3 Metaverse to round out the main deck. Onto the extra deck, and this can really be anything that you would want it to be, whether you want to play multiples for Prosperity or something like that. The reason I don't is because I wanted to play Desires, and with all the floodgates that you already play, I felt like Duality plus Desires could be enough, as long as you draw into the necessary floodgates in order to stop your opponent. But as you'll see here, we have 1 Appaloosa, 1 Access Code, the 1 Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, the Nightmare Unicorn, the Dagger for Hire, the Nightmare Phoenix, the Nightmare Cerberus. Then for the Exceeds here, if you're playing a danger version of this deck without as many floodgates, then these can be more Link monsters, or even different Exceed monsters. It just depends on what you want to do. But to continue with the deck profile, we'll see the number 92, the number 100, and the number 97, the 1 Zombie Stein, Hope Harbinger, Abyss Dweller, Baguska, and Breaksword to round out the deck profile. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.